Hello there, my name is Justin from Day Night, and today we bring you our top 10 best bosses from across the Souls series. We recently did a top 10 list for the top 10 hardest bosses in the Souls series, and that video blew our expectations out of the water with how well it went. So today we bring you the follow-up to that video, and in my opinion, the top 10 best bosses across the series. Similarly to the difficulty bosses list, I am only going to be ranking the bosses from the games that I feel proficient in, which means that I have beaten the games several times over. So we do have a few honorable mentions once again, but before we jump into those, I would like to say a big thank you to everyone who has joined our community from the difficulty list, and to celebrate our now 300 subscribers on the channel. Never did we expect to get this much traction, so thank you all so much, as it means the world to us. And with that out of the way, let's dive into our honorable mentions. Our honorable mentions are Ornstein and Smo from Dark Souls, Knight Artorias from Dark Souls, and False King Allant from Demon Souls. And with that said, let's dive into our top 10. Alright, at number 10 we have Darkeater Midir from Dark Souls 3. This was easily the most heavily requested and commented boss on our difficulty list. So let me just talk about him for a couple minutes in terms of difficulty. I didn't initially put him on the difficulty list entirely because I have faced him so many times through my many playthroughs of Dark Souls 3 that I have his tells memorized, and that essentially trivializes this fight to a large degree. His difficulty stacks with his planet-sized health bar and his planet-sized attack damage. However, all of his attacks have very large tells before they occur, and he leaves a very large swath of time with his head down between attacks, and his head is where he takes the most damage. I think he is a perfect dragon fight and a great example of a big beast fight. And I truly believe that Midir is one of the best fights in the entire series mechanically. His score is amazing, his design is incredible, and you just feel epic fighting this larger than life dark dragon. It is an incredible experience. Alrighty, at number 9 we have Radagon of the Golden Order and Elden Beast from Elden Ring. Elden Ring I feel was a fantastic game, however I don't feel that it captured lightning in a bottle in terms of boss quality. So you'll see a few bosses on this list from Elden Ring, but not nearly as many compared to games like Bloodborne or Dark Souls 3. Radagon and Elden Beast in my opinion are an incredible final boss of the game, and the difficulty absolutely spikes having to fight both of them back to back, factoring in you have to be very proficient in both of their varying fighting styles. The amazing score between the two, the incredible design as Radagon flips around the stage throwing bolts of lightning, holy attack, ground slams, AoE attacks, and everything is bright and popping and beautiful. Elden Beast is the galaxy larger than life beast, who is strangely elegant in his movements. The stage around us is beautiful, and it has one of the coolest swords in the game. All his magical attacks seems to be very elegant, and the entire boss fight seems like it's been cranked up to 11, so personally, I love this bout. Alright, at number 8 we have Maliketh the Black Blade from Elden Ring. I feel like Maliketh's position on here is entirely due to his second phase and the cutscene, but again, this list is entirely up to my own opinion, and there'll be plenty of picks on this list purely because I love fighting them aesthetically, and because it feels anime as hell, and this fight feels anime as hell. His first phase is cool, don't get me wrong. It feels like you're fighting a savage earthbender from Avatar. But his second phase is where this fight really kicks it into high gear. You learn about Maliketh's true origin as he reveals a fragment of the Rune of Death still on his hand. He stabs his dagger right into it, revealing the Black Blade. Equipped with black flame, his cloak burns off, revealing him as this like tiger beast man. All his attacks have black flame. He flips around the ring like Yoda, blasting red charcoal fiery beams of death at you. The cutscene alone is anime as hell, and then you get into the actual fight and it becomes even more anime as hell. Maliketh might move higher up on this list the more I fight him, but at 7 playthroughs through Elden Ring, he sits at the number 8 spot. Alright, at number 7 we have Soul of Cinder from Dark Souls 3. Soul of Cinder makes this list for similar reasons as Maliketh, as this fight really does feel anime as hell and everything is on fire. He also makes this list due to something mentioned in our chat on a previous stream. They mentioned that Soul of Cinder is a clash between the chosen undead from Dark Souls and Gwyn the Lord of Cinder, and you can see plenty of nods to Gwyn throughout the fight. Various attacks that he does, like his leaping attack, and in his second phase he does a lot of different sword swings with his piano theme playing in the background as well. Lots of nods for Gwyn for sure, and I think that little bit of fan service clashed with how well designed and rewarding of a final boss that he is, easily slots Soul at number 7. Alright, at number 6 we have Gehrman, the first hunter from Bloodborne. Speaking of final bosses, feeling rewarding, Gehrman is the king of this measure, acting as a mentor of sorts throughout the entirety of the game. The man who runs the hunter's dream and the workshop turns out to be the final boss in a field full of flowers, in my opinion the best boss arena in the series. He stands out of his wheelchair, grabs his scythe from his back, uttering the iconic phrase, "Gehrman joins the hunt." At this point of the game, you don't realize that his boss is a great one known as the Moon Presence, so now that your job is done, he is forced to put you down. And when you give him the very clear refusal to that request, he stares you down and it feels anime as hell. You're gonna have a clash of a century. Everything about my favorite boss fights is just anime as hell. His first phase is very lightning quick, and it just gets faster throughout the fight, as eventually he gets to go full-blown second phase with his explosive AoE attack soaring through the sky, slicing you every chance he gets. If he shoots you with his gun during this phase, it can cause you to go into an instant repostable state. The score is incredible, his design is incredible, his voice acting is incredible, everything about Gehrman is incredible, and an absolutely electrifying fight. Alright, at number 5 we have Lady Maria of the Astral Clocktower from Bloodborne. Gehrman may have missed out of the top 5, but the DLC equivalent of Gehrman takes the spot easily. Looking at the lore bits between Gehrman and Lady Maria, and looking at everything that she stood for. When you load into her arena of the Astral Clocktower, she awakes from her slumber, well, call that slumber. She pulls you in and initiates a fight with the Rikuyo that she abandoned, along with the Blood Arts that she also abandoned, in an attempt to try to put to an end what you were going for. Similar to Gehrman, she can be parried, but she can parry you as well, and the animation is very befitting of her character. Her first phase, similar to all the other hunter fights, is lightning quick. Her second phase, she adds blood after effects, and her third phase, she adds blood fire after effects. On Max New Game Plus, if she hits you with these blood flame attacks at a wrong time, she can easily take you out within a fraction of a second. Overall, her design absolutely rockets her up to the number 5 spot. Alright, at number 4 we have Sister Friede and Father Ariandel from Dark Souls 3. The number 4 spot goes to Lady Maria from Dark Souls 3, and I know I call her Lady Maria from Dark Souls 3, so that seems pretty hypocritical of me to put her above Lady Maria. But I promise you there are reasons. Sister Friede plays with the speed of Lady Maria from Bloodborne, while the player is confined to the speeds of Dark Souls 3, and I think this adds to her difficulty, but it also adds to her quality. As for the most part of the melee gameplay in these games, it is dodge the boss, attack the boss, and then repeat until the boss is dead. Sister Friede breaks this chain as not all of her attacks can be followed up with, so if you're getting a little too greedy, you can find yourself dying to her very quickly. Her first phase is rather cool, introducing the effects of the Painted World lore with Father Ariandel. Her scythe attacks are very quick and very cool, as she can teleport around and she quicksteps like she belongs in Bloodborne. When you eventually get the upper hand on her first phase, she will rocket you into the second phase where Father Ariandel will join the fight. In my opinion, this is the best gank boss in the entire series. I'm very sorry, ONS. Father Ariandel will make a crazy beeline for you, carrying this giant bucket of magma trying to smack you across the ground, while Sister Friede will stand back and either shoot frost at you from across the floor, or she'll heal Father Ariandel. The third phase, however, is what rockets Sister Friede to the number 4 spots on this list. Even the opening alone of her slowly standing up, Father Ariandel's quote in the background, she whips her scythe to the right, exploding into black flame, then takes a page out of Lady Maria's toolkit, rocketing herself into the sky in a blaze of black flame, crashing to the ground, exploding with more black flame. I love black flame. This fight is incredible. It was incredibly challenging as well for me the first time around. It can be a little trivial if you just dodge all of her attacks until you get the right moments to get a backstab off, but the entire fight is just a spectacle after spectacle after spectacle. Alright, at number 3 we have Ludwig the Holy Blade from Bloodborne. I did give away this position during the difficulty list, but yes, Ludwig appears at number 3 on our list. I think his first phase as the Horsed Beast Man that Ludwig appears to be in this state is the best beast boss in the series, as all of his attacks require perfect memorization of his tells, and all of them can one-shot you depending on the New Game Plus that you're at. They fire incredibly quickly, requiring you to memorize them perfectly, but also play incredibly aggressively to get off your attacks. Coupled in his second phase with the best cinematic cutscene in the series, when he gets his composure, he stands up, gets the Holy Moonlight Sword that you knocked off his back, and he can somehow swing this colossal greatsword faster than you can bare-knuckle punch. An incredible fight through and through, and he comes in at number 3. At number 2, we have the Nameless King from Dark Souls 3. Now, I know this might be a hot take for some, but personally, I love this fight for its anime factor. This fight is anime as hell. As you pull the lever, you run across the clouds in the middle of the sky, you go through a boss arena, this king just appears on a dragon, you fight the dragon, and once you put the dragon down, Nameless King absorbs the dragon's energy and turns into Super Saiyan 2, or at least what it seems like. I had no idea this guy was the Dragonborn. He then is able to launch gusts of wind at you, lightning AoEs, lightning strikes from the sky, giant slam attacks, and attacks that need to be dodged when the hit lands and not when the tell starts. Nameless King has very endgame damaging attacks and is overall a very anime one-on-one bout that you need to play almost perfectly throughout to make it through. Nameless King's difficulty has shot down quite a bit for me since I started fighting him, but his quality never has, and I find this fight to be incredible. At number 1, to no one's surprise if you make it to our streams, number 1, Slave Knight Gael, Dark Souls 3. I am not shy with this opinion. Every time I have asked what my favorite boss, not only in the Souls series, but in video games ever, I say Slave Knight Gael without a single hesitation. A lot of it, yes, can be chalked up to its anime factor, especially in the 3rd phase, but we'll get to that. His first phase is Orphan of Cause with a sword, and you walk up to him slowly. You're walking through the area, you see this man crawling, begging for help. You finally approach him to see him eating someone trying to consume the Dark Soul. He notices you standing there and he asks for your Dark Soul. You give him a very obvious no, so then he grabs his sword and he's going to attempt to savagely take it from you. He starts to flip around the arena as erratic as Orphan of Cause with a planet-sized health bar, again, does planet-sized damage through perfect precision of memorizing his tells and combos. You whittle down his health bar to the 2nd phase in what is a beautiful, you know what? No. Hot take. This is the best cutscene. Not Ludwig's. This is the best cutscene in the Souls series. He's sitting by his sword. The blood of the Dark Soul starts to leak onto his sword, and he finds this grim resolve. He stands up, gains his composure, smoky red after effects booming from his body. It's anime as hell. He finally grips his sword and starts coming at you with everything he has. The smoky red after effects in all of his swings, shooting you with a crossbow, throwing magical destructo discs at you. It's incredible. You get halfway through this phase and he explodes again. This time he explodes with skulls that track you and do damage, and he gains the flippy attacks from the 1st phase, but it's even more intense. Now with the smoky red after effects, lightning striking the arena around you as if he as well did turn Super Saiyan. All of his attacks have the potential of one-shotting you, and it's just very intense through and through, as the slightest mistake could spell the end for you. Not to mention his score is incredible, his visuals are incredible, everything is a spectacle, his lore, including getting the Dark Soul for the painting, is an incredible way to mix the 2 DLCs together. Through and through, Slave Knight Gael is, and probably will always be in my opinion, the best boss in the Souls series. Well, there you have it. There, in our opinion, is the top 10 best bosses across the Souls series. We rather enjoyed hearing your feedback last time when we did a list like this, where you commented suggestions of your own and just questions about how we made our list, so please, yet again, leave your recommendations and your own personal list in the comments below. We love hearing them. And who knows, maybe if this has similar success to the first video, we'll do a community ranking where you guys get to pick the top 10 bosses based on votes. Otherwise, if you're new around here and you like what you see, please consider giving that subscribe button the Omega Fist Fire Thorn Punch, as it's free, really helps us out, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.